Hey, what is up, lovelies? It is Lynn the Gacha Goblin, and I gotta say that having something like this being brought out by Love in Deepspace definitely shook the community to its core. And it's clear to see why. I mean, look at the level of animations, the level of detail, the action scenes. It's something we haven't seen before in the game, and rightly so. Everybody is freaking out about it, and I am still freaking out about it now that I'm watching this again. But let's get back to the point that I wanted to make today. So I saw this tweet over on Twitter, of course. This is what you got from top-ups. Infold, use our money for this, and I have no complaints. So interestingly enough, I actually replied to this. I quote retweeted it, and I said, I'm not gonna lie, if this is the case and we're to expect this level of quality for the next main story updates, then I'm so excited and I'm happy to see where our money is going. That being said, they could have told us a hint or something. Sheesh. So this is my basic opinion, base opinion about how the main story updates are going to come out, the level of production that we can see from the trailer. Of course, I can't fully say anything because we haven't experienced that. We have to wait until Monday before everything comes out. But if it's comparable to or even better than when Silas and Caleb were introduced into the game with the level of cutscenes that were given, I would say that our money is going to a proper place, so to speak. You know, it looks like, you know, the money that we're investing into the game is being brought back and put back into Love in Deepspace, which is fantastic considering that a lot of people were asking for, you know, more story, more animation, more cutscenes, and that the branch stories were a little bit lackluster compared to Silas's debut or Caleb's debut. That being said, I also want to go through the comments on this. So somebody said, classic info, dropping a surprise last minute. Rin here says, they really said show not tell, lol. To be fair, even if they said anything, people will pick it apart to find negatives. So now I understand where this is coming from, this feeling is coming from, because when you have a large following, no matter what you do, you're not going to please everybody. However, I feel like it's choosing between two evils here, or at least choosing between the better evil, right? So you have not releasing any information and having the entire fan base say, or at least a good portion of the fan base say, where is our money going? How come we don't see it going back into the game? You know, everything that we just experienced, as opposed to if they had just released a hint or letting us know, like a personal note to the fan base, like, hey, stay tuned for main story updates. That is all they could have said. They didn't need to say it was going to be animated. They didn't need to release a video. They could have just said main story updates coming soon or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to tease the fandom. That would have gotten a lot of people talking. That would have gotten a lot of theories being brought out. It would have been so much more fun. It would have been so much more fun to be in the space, like the community, as opposed to everybody kind of like, you know, fighting, and also like me also having my doubts about where's our money going in this game. We're generating, like, we're on the top of the gacha revenue right now. We're number 2, and we have been for months, and we haven't really seen anything in return for that. Yes, the level of animations have gotten better, but where's the main story updates? Where are the anecdotes? Where are the updates to Silas's content and Caleb's content? Like, all of those questions and all of those doubts were circling in the community for so long and festering that it gave a bitter taste to a lot of people's player experience, basically. If they had given us some sort of like hint, again, something super simple, nothing giving any spoilers, nothing, not even like a video, not like the video that we had just gotten, something like main story updates coming soon. In one of the updates, you know, the maintenance post that they put up with the most recent one that we had with the really big update, there should have been somebody who said, somebody should have added one line in there, just like to sneak it in. Been like main story updates. That's it. That's it. I think that would have caused a lot more positive press for the game as opposed to what had happened. And then we have somebody here who says, agreed, would rather be told the money is at least going to main story for the visuals and animations than just assume the worst. Still skeptical sometimes, but still. I mean, yeah, from what we've seen with how they treat Infinity Nikki and how they've treated Love and Deepspace thus far with the lack of communication, it's hard to put your trust in Infold, especially since we know that we're investing a lot of money into this game. So it is really, really difficult, and we can only hope and pray that they're going to take care of this game and also the money that we put in. And then Misa here says the quality of their limited events, memories, and main story updates is constantly improving, so they are definitely using some of the profit into improving. I mean, yes, I can see that too. The limited events that we've been getting are okay. Honestly, they're alright. They're definitely better than what the game had launched with initially. But once Silas was released into the game, the level of quality definitely went up. Perhaps because with Silas's addition into Love and Deepspace, the revenue started to jump up drastically. But I don't know, like, it would have been nice to have some sort of forewarning, right? Now, I also kind of want to discuss, or at least rather to ask you guys, what do you think? Like, do you think it would have been nicer if we had some sort of communication about what the money was actually going into? Would you have preferred if we have gotten some sort of notice or teaser or something small, something not giving out leaks or anything like that? I'm actually quite surprised that we didn't get any actual quote-unquote leaks for the main story update. We did get notice that we were going to have some sort of update, or at least, you know, branch story or something being released for, I guess, Silas, but it looks like it's just main story update. But how do you guys feel about them not really giving us a forward notice about this? Because this doesn't necessarily affect your wallet, right? This doesn't affect your investment into the game. This affects just your overall player experience. I am quite happy, especially for free-to-play and low spenders, just because this is free for everybody. The main story is free for everyone. Now, of course, the experience that you have as MC in terms of like the relationship between MC and the characters themselves is going to be a little bit more platonic and not romantic in any way, because they sell the romance through the memories and through the cards behind a paywall, of course. But if you're just experiencing the characters in the main story, there is no connection, there's no like romance between the characters. That's why when people are comparing the most recent multi-banner card for Silas and the scene that we have Silas kind of like let me see if I can show you. I have to take myself off the screen. Where is it? No. This part. They're like comparing this as opposed to them hugging in the memory with Silas. You have to understand that the paywall is going to be what people want to pay for, and people usually want to pay for the romance aspect, whereas this is going to be freely obtainable in the main story. And that being said, I know a lot of people have been wanting to see tough Silas again, and I mean, come on, this is tough Silas 100%. I never thought I'd see Zane like this, but very interesting. And you get to see Silas freaking driving a car and then going on top of the car too, which is absolutely insane. This is crazy. this was insane. Anyway, but yeah, before I get carried away, that is basically what I think about, the revenue, where it's going, and looking forward to the updates of the game. I am actually very, very excited. If this is the level, like genuinely, if this is the level that we're to expect for main story updates, then I'm okay. I am willing to give Infold a little bit of leeway here and give them credit where credit is due. That being said, we shouldn't forget about all of the other things that should be optimized in the game, but today we are giving leeway. Okay. Anyway, that is pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have your own thoughts about where the revenue is going and whatnot, leave it down in the comments below. Share your thoughts with the community and with me. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I am Lynn the Gacha Goblin, and I will see you lovelies in the next video. Bye-bye now.